Hey everyone, it's Whoopi and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time, welcome. Today's video is me doing a flip through of my 2020 bullet journal spreads. I cannot believe that I have done 12 months of bullet journaling. I actually got given this bullet journal on my 18th birthday, so January last year, but I don't think I fully benefited from using a bullet journal until August of last year. Like, I'd been using it, but I hadn't been using it, if you know what I mean. And in August I decided I wanted to research how to use a bullet journal and basically research ways that I could make it more personal and enjoy the creativity of using a bullet journal. And when I say research, I literally spent hours, as in like a whole afternoon was dedicated to just bullet journaling. Like, I sat down at my dining table with all my stationery, bullet journal, lined paper, plain paper, you name it, it was probably there. I honestly think it was one of the best decisions I made that year. I just wanted to give you a little background knowledge before I begin this video. At the beginning of 2020, I did a future log and I also did a goals, dreams and focus page. I basically listed down like the top goals that I wanted to achieve this year and the top dreams that I had, which I'd hope would come true, and what my personal focuses were for the year. I put down a verse of the year and a quote of the year. The quote is by my man Kim Namjoon, and if you know, you know. It just reminded me to look at the bigger picture and to look at the whole year and not just a chapter, which is also good in some respects, but I just wanted to remind myself to look at the bigger picture of life and to not get too in my head. And the verse was just reminding me that God is always with me. In my future log, I basically just listed January to December, and then I'd write the days and how many weeks there are in each month, and then some like key highlights of each month. October onwards, I literally have not written anything except the days, which means I forgot. I got those ideas from Amanda Rachley, who is another YouTuber who is amazing, and that's one of the things that she does when it's a new year. On to January, and my quote was, "Big things often have small beginnings." I don't know who said that, so if you do, let me know. My Bible verse of that month was, "God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind." 2 Timothy 1 verse 7, in case anyone wanted it. I kid you not, I think this became my second verse of the year because it followed me everywhere through 2020, like everywhere. Whether it be at uni or at church, with my friends, Pinterest. I went with question marks because I spent most of my time not knowing what to do for January, and I was like, I don't know. So I was like, what? Just do a question mark. I'd do dances and ideas of the month, and I'd also do music of the month, and I would do thoughts. Now, these thoughts are kind of personal, so I won't read all of them out. One from January is that it was filled with beautiful memories. That's literally what I wrote, and I think that's just a nice start to this interesting year, shall we say. On to February. I was experimenting a little, and I just remember thinking of waves and the ocean, and this picture was like one of the pictures that I was thinking of putting as my lock screen at the time. So I just like experimented with that and just went with it. And again, I've said before, and I'll say it again, I am not a professional, so perhaps our eyes need to be washed by our tears once in a while so we can see life with a clearer view again, by Alex Tan. It's basically just saying that crying just helps make things clearer. And I'm a sad girl, so that was quite nice. The verse of that month was, "Take courage, it is I. Don't be afraid." Matthew 14:27. And I did a brain dump in February. I was just trying it out just to see how it was. I already have a journal to write my feelings in, but I know a lot of people use a brain dump page in their bullet journal, so I was like, why not? One of the things I put on my brain dump page was, "Feelings are like waves on the shore. They ebb and flow all the time." And I know that makes sense, but I thought it very profound at the time, so I wrote it down. One of my thoughts was, started at a kind of bottom, finished kind of on a different bottom. Weird but makes sense. That's literally what I wrote, up to the weird but makes sense. I was really going through it. I don't remember that much of this month. I'd have to read my journal to remember. March. So I decided to go with plants and a green vibe because I just was thinking of being refreshed and turning a new leaf. Or is it turning over a new leaf? The quote I went with is, "What is yours will find you." And it was an Instagram account called My Self-Love Supply. The Bible verse was John 15 verse 2, which says, "Every branch in me that does not produce fruit, he removes, and he prunes every branch that produces fruit so that it will produce more fruit." This was when the pandemic was really starting to hit UK, and also when everything was going crazy in my life. Like, I got tonsillitis, which to this day my mum thinks is COVID, but the antibiotics helped, so it couldn't have been COVID. Lent was happening. I had a dance show. I had to leave uni because of lockdown. It was all Crazy. One positive thought though from March was full of moments where I stepped out of my comfort zones and overcame some fears, which was a really big deal for me. I wasn't going to say this at first, but this is funny. Corona really flipped everything upside down and threw our plans across the room and into a burning bin. But we're still here. Also this month I tried to do a week overview because a lot of bullet journalers do that, but I didn't like it, so I didn't try it again. April. We are all of us stars and we deserve to twinkle. Marilyn Monroe. The sun has one kind of splendor, the moon another, and the stars another. Star differs from star in splendor. 1 Corinthians 15:14. The main thought I want to capitalize on is this one. April was beautiful but wounded too. I just think that sums up a lot of my lockdown and my mindset at the time. Beautiful but painful. A beautiful thing was Bang Bang Con, BTS's concerts that went on YouTube for free. Wounded, lower self-esteem. May. I went with butterflies because I felt like the whole caterpillar going into a cocoon and coming out as a butterfly was just a nice transformation that I wanted to have as a picture in my mind of myself and how I was healing and growing as a person. I am not what has happened to me. I am what I choose to become, by Carl Jung. Therefore, if anyone is in Christ, then new creation has come. The old has gone, the new is here. 2 Corinthians 5:17. These thoughts are so cute. They all kind of say the same thing, so I'll say this one because I feel like it captures most of them together. May really helped me grow and transform into a new person. Someone who's happier, freer. June. I can change the world, but the world doesn't have to change me. Jasmine Kirkbride. Do to others as you would have them do to you. Luke 6:31. Also, I went with daisies just because I thought they were cute. Okay, there's 2 main thoughts that I want to capitalize on. Number 1, good ass music all month long. Period, okay? I'm not even joking. The music that came out in 2020. Number 2, I love you and I'm proud of you. And if you haven't heard that today, this is me saying it to you. I love you and I'm proud of you. Even though we've never met, I have love for you because you're a fellow human being who deserves love. July. I went with like a rainbow wave banner thing and stars. Now, I didn't have a quote necessarily. I just wrote affirmations for myself. You are enough. You are loved. You are worthy and God has you. I'm speaking that over anyone who needs that. Love one another as I have loved you. So you must love one another. John 13:34. The main thought here was just that family is really important to me. August. By this point I was putting videos on my YouTube channel, so I won't explain why I did each of them because they're in the videos. One who can learn something from everyone. One who can learn something from everything. That person is most wise. By Talmud. Do not despise these small beginnings, for the Lord rejoices to see the work begin. Zechariah 4:10. I wrote that for me because it'd been like a couple months since I started my YouTube channel and I just needed some encouragement to see that I was right to make a channel. Okay, 2 main notes. This is half of a thought, but it's very important. A little fragile, but still valuable. And if that's you, that's okay. Second one was basically me fangirling about Harry Potter and how the universe in the books is 1,000 times better. I then did a 2020 review just to remind myself of my goals, my dreams, my future goals, and how I'm doing with my focuses. September. We need to start believing in ourselves because God believes in us. Sadie Robertson Hart. Commit your work to the Lord and all your plans will be established. Proverbs 16:3. Okay, so 2 main thoughts. I spent more time with God. Now, that was very important for me, and if you need that reminder, there's your reminder. I felt a lot more complete and at peace with myself. That was the first time I used to have a tracker, and I'm so happy I did so. October. When you cannot sleep at night, have you ever thought maybe it's God saying, we need to talk, and you now have time? Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. Isaiah 41:10. Free Nando's. That's just one thought in caps. That's it. So my music of the month list is really, really long. Like, I'm scared. I look at it and I'm scared.
Oh, scary. Shiver my timbers.
Because of the power it holds. Anyway, November. Light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. John 1:5. The wound is where the light entered you, and that's by Rumi. This is so cute. I realised I've grown a lot in just a few months. It's crazy and beautiful to see. How cute. Finally, December. Yet you do not know what tomorrow will bring. You are a mist that appears for a little while, then vanishes. James 4:14. That verse really reminds me that life is precious and short, so live as much as you can. Obviously with COVID that's a bit But you get it. Every storm runs out of rain. Maya Angelou. I have no thoughts yet because I do it at the end of the month, so that is it. It's so cool to see my whole year and look back on each month and how I grew, how I changed, and just to reflect. Anyway, I hope you liked this video. If you did enjoy it, please like it, and if you have liked it and you haven't subscribed but you'd like to, you know where the button is. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, and I will see you soon. Bye.